Well, hi, I'm Jay Arthur, author of Lean Six Sigma for Hospitals and QI Macros. I know all of you have had some sort of cold or flu or been sick for a while. The day before Thanksgiving in 2014, I had this really heavy cough that came from like the darkest recesses of my lungs. And I said, that's not good, right? And then I felt a little worse on Thursday. And on Friday, I was diagnosed as having the flu. I forget whether it was A or B flu. I don't know what it was. But I was sick, so I got away from my wife and slept in the guest bedroom, right? And so that, I wouldn't try and infect her. But I was sick, but they didn't tell me when they checked me out that flu is only supposed to last 5 days. Well, 9 days later, I was still sick. So I went to see my local doctor, and he checked me and listened to my lungs and everything, and I was fine. But a couple days later on Saturday, I started having some trouble breathing, and I didn't know I was having that trouble because I'd been sick too long, right? And it was Monday before my wife said, I don't like how you're breathing. I'm taking you to the ER. And then I spent 5 days in one of the rooms because I had not just the end of the flu, but also I had pneumonia. Now, the doctors didn't understand why I had a 10-day thing. Maybe I had a coronavirus and nobody knows. Or I caught the A strain and then the B strain of the flu. Who knows? All right. But one of the things we know about this, right? So I spent 5 days in the hospital, and then I spent like 25 days on oxygen, tethered to about a 50-foot cord and walking around the house, and just trying to get well. All right. And I think if you look at the nation is sick. Right? And it's not doing, it's not like, it's kind of like me. I got sick and I was okay for a while, and then I needed intensive care, and then I had to spend time on oxygen. I think that's going to be kind of how our economy is going to be for a while, right? We're going to be on this kind of crazy thing. But one of the things you know about illness, if you've ever had a cold or anything else, is you wait it out, you keep taking care of yourself, you stay at home, you rest, and guess what? You get better, all right? And now it might have taken me months and maybe a whole year to really come back to full strength after that bout. I'd lost like 20 pounds in like 10 days. So this is an ugly thing. But I think we're going through the same thing as a nation. Now, I know when it's hard when you're trying to take care of a parent or a child or a spouse who's sick. You have to wait it out whether you're sick or not. And you can't really do a whole lot about it unless situations get worse, and then you can go say, let's go find an expert and a doctor or somebody to help me with that. So now is the time, I think, to recognize that it's going to take a little while. These are times when you can work on your business, not in your business, to make things better, faster, cheaper than you've done in the past. Now's the time to do those projects you've been putting off because you got time to do them. All right. So I'm Jay Arthur. That's my improvement insight for this week. Sometimes you just have to wait it out. Let's go out and improve something this week.